Hello, Mary. Sorry for not answering your calls. I just saw them now. I've been busy at the office all morning. Is everything okay? Is there a problem?
Are you that busy, Lucy, that you can't even pick up my calls? I didn't realize your job was so demanding. Unless I don't suppose you were just ignoring my calls on purpose, were you? Do you think I'm that unimportant to you?
Oh, no, please, Mary. You're incredibly important to me. Very special as well. I was genuinely caught up with work. I was in a meeting since 10 a.m. and it just ended a few minutes ago. I'm so sorry about that.
I don't need to hear your silly excuses, Lucy. Just answer my calls immediately next time. I'm now your mother-in-law and an elderly person who deserves special consideration.
Right, I understand, Mary.
Well, now that that's out of the way, let me get to why I wanted to speak with you in the first place. I contacted you to discuss the memorial service we held the other day for my late husband.
All right, what about it?
At the time, I had to restrain myself since it wouldn't have been appropriate for me to voice my thoughts then. However, I can't let this go, as it was truly shocking.
Oh, what happened?
I couldn't help but to notice that your attire was intolerable, to say the least.
Really? My attire? Was it that bad? Are you talking about my black dress? I thought it looked plain and traditional and, more importantly, appropriate for memorial service.
Well, if I didn't have an issue with it, I wouldn't be here texting you, would I? You were intentional with that outfit, weren't you?
Intentional? I mean, yes, I intended to wear the outfit I thought was best for the occasion. Is that what you mean by intentional?
I'm a woman as well, you know. I understand how to dress to impress. I know what kind of clothes accentuates curves to catch a man's attention or two. And my word, that dress was clearly worn to entice our male relatives. You had my uncle staring at you all day.
Oh, no. If that's what you mean by intentional, then let me assure you that it definitely wasn't intentional.
I could tell you went to a hair salon as well. Your hair was done up in a bun like only a professional could do it. I can't believe you had the nerve to go to a hair salon for your father-in-law's memorial service. My eyes won't fool me. I know, Lucy, I know.
Oh, no. I styled my hair myself, Mary. I'll take that as a compliment. And I honestly didn't mean to make you this upset.
Well, I'm glad that you find my observations humorous, but sadly, I am not trying to be funny here. I know why you dressed the way you did, Lucy. To lure the men who only came to bear respects for my late husband. How could you do this to your family? How could you do this to me?
Mary, no. Honestly, there's a big misunderstanding here. I picked that dress with input from my husband and son. They both vetted it. I had no idea it would offend you like this.
Daniel would never agree to that. I don't know about my grandson, but my son knows better than that. I think you're lying, Lucy. You're just making up excuses to get away with it. How dare you use my son and grandson as a shield to cover your unacceptable behavior?
No, Mary, no. Look, I apologize. I'm truly sorry. I'll be more appropriate next time. I'll make sure to ask for your opinion on my attire when there's another family function like this.
So now you believe that an apology will absolve you? Is that your thinking? Lucy, you're terrible.
Well, it seemed like whatever I say, you interpret it as an excuse. So I thought an apology would be the most sincere way to convey my regret. And in hindsight, I do acknowledge that you were right about my outfit. It probably wasn't the best choice. I should have considered it more carefully. I really will be more mindful of that next time. So I really hope you'll accept my apology.
And now you're playing the role of the obedient daughter-in-law, are you? That's just as distasteful, and I don't appreciate it at all. Just because our relatives hold you in high regard doesn't mean you hold the upper hand. I won't stand for it. You can't deceive me. I'll be the one to show you what the reality is around here. This memorial service was for my late husband, and you were expected to show the utmost respect to us. And you didn't. You embarrassed me in front of our relatives.
I'm so sorry, I really am. I don't know what else to say.
I might as well tell you that I fully oppose you having a full-time job, too. Ben is turning 13 and a teenager soon. He still needs his mother's presence to guide him toward becoming a responsible adult. But where is she? Oh, right. She's at work all the time. How can you be there for him when he needs you if you're always at work? How do you expect him to grow up without his own mother's care?
Mary, I'm sorry, but you've gone completely off topic. Now you're intervening with my family's business, and besides, I have a great relationship with Ben. You know how much I love him. You can't deny that I give my life for him, and my job helps to give Ben what he needs too. I don't understand why you're bringing this up now.
Well, don't come complaining to me if he ends up being a troublemaker, which I'm convinced he will, unless you alter your ways over there.
Well, okay, but that's our family matter, and I'll take care of that with my husband. But thank you for the advice.
You'll soon see that I was right.
A few days later, Mary, I want to talk to you about Ben's video games. Do you have a minute to text now?
Hello, Lucy. Of course, no need for thanks. I just wanted to do something thoughtful for my grandson.
Right, well, I'm sure Daniel has mentioned this before too, but there's really no need to buy so many games for him. He honestly has more than enough stacked up in his room. And I'm not exactly sure how it works, but those prepaid card things that he uses to make in-app purchases or something. He's got plenty of those as well. So I appreciate it, but you needn't get those for him. I hope you can understand where I'm coming from.
Excuse me, but why should I stop doing nice things for my grandson?
He should be focusing more on his studies and school. He's starting to spend all day in his bedroom and won't come out if they are, unless it's to eat or go to the bathroom. I don't want him to become an introvert, and that's where I see this is going.
But he enjoys it, doesn't he? He liked the gift I got him, correct? I asked the store clerk to suggest one that's popular among boys his age. I did that so that he'll have things to talk about with his friends. Don't you see that I'm benefiting both you and him, Lucy?
Yes, of course, he liked it, but he's growing rather attached to it. Daniel and I were planning to get him a specific game as a reward for good grades at the end of the term. Now, we don't know what to get him as a reward for him for studying hard.
Come on, what's the big deal? I'm sure he studies hard all the time. He deserves a little break.
Right, but now you've given him something to distract him with. He's been playing on it all day for the last few days, and I don't see him studying so much now. It's worrying me, Mary. So, in the future, please either consult me before considering gifts or simply don't buy them. I hope you can save your money that way too. Prices are going up these days, so hopefully that'll help.
Well, I appreciate your consideration of my financial situation, but that's not necessary. All I did was do something nice for my diligent grandson. When I was young, my parents couldn't afford to give me what I wanted. I don't want Ben to go through the same thing as I did. It felt horrible as a child going through that. I felt like I was being so deprived.
I see, and I'm sorry to hear that. But Ben isn't being deprived of anything, believe me. So it's fine. We just don't want him to become spoiled, that's all.
My gosh, don't you think you're being a bit sensitive and dramatic over a game, dear?
Well, this is the way we want to appear in our son. So if you don't mind, please don't interfere with our parenting choices.
As long as Ben is a happy kid, isn't that all that should matter? And you call yourself a Mother Lucy?
Yes, I do, Mary. Thank you very much. I don't see anything wrong with a parent not wanting their son to grow up spoiled. He's only 13, and he shouldn't be glued to his gaming console all day. We want him to understand the importance of the rewards that come with hard work. Of course, we also want him to enjoy his studies, and I'd rather him go out and socialize with people in person. I know that with COVID, it's not as easy as it used to be. But that makes it even more important for him to get out there and talk to people whenever possible.
Oh, Lucy, you're so fussy. He'll be fine. He'll grow up well. You fret too much. Gosh, I'm so glad I'm not your daughter. would despise you for the mean things you do to me.
Right, sure.
We really have different views on life, don't we? Our values are entirely opposite. We view things differently. We have different tastes and everything, too. And yet you're married to my son. It's so puzzling to me. I don't understand it all sometimes. I wish I had a daughter-in-law who I actually got along with.
Right, I apologize for that.
Well, anyway, fine. Have it your way. I'll do as you say, and I won't be buying any more games for Ben then. I hope you're happy now.
Thank you for understanding, Mary. Both Daniel and I appreciate it. 1 week later.
Hello, Lucy. Good evening. I've just received your Mother's Day gift, so I wanted to thank you for that.
Hi, Mary. How are you? I'm glad you got it and no need to thank me. It's the least I can do for you.
You must have heard from Daniel about how much I adore the tea from Mariage Frere. I love all of these different flavors in the box, too. So, thank you, dear.
I'm glad you like it so much, Mary.
In fact, Jenny came over today, and we had some cake with it, and she enjoyed it, too.
Yeah, she texted me about it a while ago. I'm glad you both enjoyed it.
Ah, so you've spoken to her. Then maybe you'll be able to tell me why she said such a weird thing to me earlier.
What did she say?
Well, she kept telling me to be nicer to you. Can you believe it? She thinks I'm not nice enough to you.
Oh, really?
I told her that it's not that I'm being mean to you on purpose. I'm not like that. I just say what's on my mind. I'm an honest person, you see.
Right?
You understand that, right?
Yes, I do.
Well then, that's fine then. Problem solved? So if you could do me a favor, that'll be great. Next time you talk to Jenny, please mention how well I've been treating you. Thank you, Lucy.
Sure, will do.
I also have a question, dear.
Sure, what's that?
Why do you think both of my children always side with you? It's absurd that they both prefer you over me. I'm their mother, and I haven't done anything wrong. I'm honestly shocked and a little hurt by this.
I think you're just overthinking this, Lucy. Daniel and Jenny both adore you and love you so much. They tell me all the time, and don't worry about me. You can tell me anything, anytime. No matter the issue, I'll be understanding.
Well, I'm glad that you have a big heart. It's wonderful how you're always so forgiving.
Well, I mean, I have my standards too, but I'll certainly strive to better comprehend you.
Well, I've decided to be much nicer to you from now on anyway. I can't have my children yelling me for no reason, can I?
Sure, that sounds nice too.
Them yelling at me has been eye-opening, actually.
Right, I see.
By the way, I heard from Jenny that you have a sensitive stomach. Or is there another reason for your stomach troubles?
She told you? Yeah, I do have a weak stomach, but don't worry. As long as I take medicine, I'm fine.
Could it be stress-related?
Well, that can cause it too sometimes.
Is it the stress that I might be causing you, dear?
Oh, no. I've had it since I was a girl. So it's not you at all.
Oh, dear. That must be quite challenging. Maybe it's the work-related stress, too. Perhaps it's a good time to reconsider working full-time, Lucy, no?
Oh, no, it's not work or anything. As I've said, I've had this for many years now, but thank you for the concern.
Well, being a stay-at-home mom offers you the flexibility to rest whenever needed, you know. I'm just reminding you of the wonders of being a stay-at-home mom, you see. So you should really consider that option so that you can take better care of your health, dear.
Sure.